Shooting USA is brought to you by SnapSafe and their full line of premium vault doors. Use code SUSA15 to save 15% at snapsafe.com. This time, my distinct pleasure to welcome 1/4 of the women's production optic gold winning team, Kaylee Lane. Welcome.
Thank you. Thanks, John.
It was a huge endeavor, everything from travel to competing over the days. Tell me about it. Tell me about your experience in South Africa.
Yeah, travel, honestly, not a big deal. You know, you sleep on the plane 16 hours, no big deal. I was really nervous about my paperwork coming in that morning. I got my permit literally the morning I flew. So once I got that, I was actually feeling pretty good. Got to South Africa, no big deal. Had a great time there. Competing wise, our team got a little beat up. Mainly me. I got a concussion on the first stage from getting hit by a ricochet. So that sucked a little bit. Did not shoot like myself. I would say probably the first 3 days. And
Wow.
once I got that squared away, I strained my calf. So then it was dealing with that. But still was able to overcome that. And we still did really well. So I was happy.
It's interesting because I talked to Justine
Yeah.
last week, and she mentioned that you took a frag that caused a concussion.
Yeah.
And that frags were pretty prevalent throughout that specific range.
Yeah.
Did it break the skin? Like, tell me more about that.
So I got hit in the corner of my head, like right here. And thankfully I had a hat on. I think it would have
Okay.
really cut me up had I not. I had like one little dimple where like it bled just from getting hit there. But thankfully
Yeah.
not like a major wound. It swelled up pretty bad instantly. Like I had a pretty good
Wow.
egg on my head. But yeah, I once I got back to the States, I, got checked out and everything, and they said thankfully just standard concussion, and I'm feeling a lot better now. Like I've had 4 really good days where I'm not like forgetting everything around me, and so I'm happy. I'm doing better now, but it did suck
Right.
a little bit.
Yeah, no doubt. Nobody wants concussion protocol anywhere,
No,
much less, 16 hours away.
no, 100.
Um, Ammunition, some had issues with ammo, some bought ammo there. Production optics guns, you guys are going to be running 9mm. So were you able to augment ammunition with match ammo? How'd that work?
So I just brought all the ammo I needed. I just kind
Oh,
of hid that on the plane. Once we got there, we
okay.
wanted to train a little bit, and thankfully the SIG guys, the Blazer group there, they had some ammo that we used just to practice some gecko. So that worked out well. We didn't have any issues, thankfully.
Cool. Was this your first world shoot?
Second world shoot for me. I competed in.
Second. Okay.
Yep.
Um, First gold medal.
Yes. Yeah.
Talk about that, the whole pageantry and the ceremony around that.
It was pretty awesome. So the first one we went in Thailand, it was me, Morgan, and Maggie Reese, and we were able to pull bronze, and we lost by like literally a point. We lost second by a point. So that kind of sucked, it was kind of a kick. So to go in to this match and our team changed a little bit at the last minute, and I still felt like
Right.
we could do really, really well. And it was hit or miss in the beginning, like the first 3 days. We were back and forth like between Thailand, and then we were leading, and it was super close, and then we just took off and won by 200 points, and it was awesome. Being up front, holding the American flag and taking the win. It was absolutely awesome.
I mean, that's life accomplishment type stuff.
100%.
On top of that, you get to do it. You get to do this world travel, compete on the biggest stage for our sport, side by side with your husband, who's also having tremendous success.
Yeah, it's absolutely awesome to see, and you know, I that's my training partner, so I absolutely love to see him. He's my husband too, but we train together all the time, and so it's awesome to see all the work that he puts in to get that success. Something that people work their entire life for, and they might never get. It still is a little bit of a you prepare yourself as much as you can, but it's still a little bit of a dice roll who's going to come out on top when anything can happen at a world shoot. So it was so awesome to see him get that win.
Yeah, having interacted with y'all at national level competitions, I know how focused each of you all typically are, and the fact that you typically shoot on separate squads, with Mason being on men's super squad and you typically being in the midst on the ladies super squad,
Yep.
if you will. Um, During the world shoot, were you able to keep up with how he was performing? And do you know if he was keeping up with your performance?
So on day 1, I was able to actually watch him shoot because it was my day off. So I got to watch him
Cool.
shoot, which was probably, I think, his worst day, with
Oh,
all the nerves and everything. So I got to watch that, kind of talk him through, the whole day, and see him start, going up. And then on the second day, the day that I got injured, he watched that day. So it was kind of
oh
we were
boy.
bad luck for each other on that one. And then the rest of the match, we were on the same schedule. So we were shooting different sections on the same schedule. And the scores weren't necessarily updating, the same way we're used to with practice score over here. So we weren't able to keep up as much as we normally
Mhm.
would. We'd kind of just talk about our days at the end of the day.
Gotcha. I talked earlier with Mike Wang about his adventure to South Africa, and he told me that he sat with y'all on the plane.
Yeah, it was
Um,
funny.
that had to have been a good time. I kind of have this whole vision of like, of all my friends are going to camp together and we're all on this flight and we all, I just, for some reason, that's just super intriguing to me. Tell me something about that.
It was awesome because we had Mason and I booked like the A and C seats right behind like it was an exit row. So we had this like little lobby in front of us, and Mike actually took the seat right in between us. Obviously we didn't make him sit in between. We'll say that's just a flex.
He's that guy.
Yeah, exactly. That's just to try to see if you can get the middle seat, to yourself. But he ended up there both directions. He had that seat between us. And it was so cool because with our little lobby, we'd have people, a group of 5 or 6 guys would just come and hang out with us. And, until finally the flight attendants would be like, yeah, you guys need to go sit down. But we'd all hang out for, 30, 40 minutes. And then, everyone would,
How funny.
and then they'd come back to our little lobby. It was great.
That's hilarious. Um, best thing not shooting related that you did in South Africa. Maybe it's the best meal, something you saw, something you went and did.
We went to a safari, actually. Christian Sailor went and I saw it and I was like, all right, Christian, where did
Mhm.
you go? I think it was Bona Bona was what it was called. And we went and watched, it was Sunday, so they feed the predators on Sundays. So we watched all the predators eat, freaking like, oh yeah, we brought him this chunk of pig that's, absolutely gigantic.
Wow.
And then we went on a little like 2-hour safari and saw a pile of hippos and rhinos and giraffes, and it was just super cool experience. Oh, I have
Awesome.
one more actually too. One other
Uh,
experience.
yes.
We went and watched there was a rugby championship game that we went to a bar
Yes.
and watched that Saturday night. That was super fun. Hung out with the SIG guys and some of our shooting friends and watched the rugby game. That was just cool being a local.
So World Shoots wrapped up. We're back into the States. Have you shot any area matches leading up to nationals this week?
I have
Nope.
not, no. I have mainly been catching up on work and then just practicing. The first week I got back, I didn't really shoot much because I still, my head was not really in it with the brain
Right.
injury. I was like, I'm not going to get anything out of this. And then I went right back into training daily. So I've been shooting the LO gun, which is just a 320 with a mag well, and you know, shooting a lot on that, and it's been feeling really good.
Sweet.
Yeah.
So getting ready to head to Utah. We'll be headed out Thursday. You guys are traveling, I'm assuming, some point this week, earlier or later than that.
We're flying actually out tomorrow because we're gonna go hit the Grand
Oh,
Canyon. The day prior.
nice.
Yeah, we're gonna drive up. Me, Mason, and Phil are gonna hit the Grand Canyon and then drive up. So should be fun.
Yeah, the Grand Canyon's magnificent.
Yeah, I've never
Oh
been.
man, have you seen? You've never seen it?
No.
Yeah, it's breathtaking. Pictures don't do it justice. That's all I can say.
Yeah, I'm stoked.
Well, that's everything I've got. I appreciate the time this morning, and I'll let you get back to catching up on work.
Awesome.
Thanks, Kayla.
Thank you.